Hi guys, Steph here. Right, what we got for you today? Well, I went out searching this weekend and I came across a few, well not a few, a couple of pens, a couple of nice Parkers, so I thought I'd do a review on them. This is the first one. This is a Parker, as you can see on the box there, with this polka dots. Well, not polka dot, it's these little Parker symbols. And if we open the box and take the pen out, let's put the box to one side, and there we go. No need for any introduction. What we've got for you is a lovely Parker 51. This one, as I'll show you in a moment, is the Aerometric fountain pen. The only difference being, is it a Mark II or is it a Mark III? Occasionally these pens can get a little bit confusing. The reason, as we go along, I'll try and show you. Now, first of all, the colour. As you can see there, it comes in this lovely teal blue colour with a gold, a rolled gold cap. Now, you'll notice there, it's got the very recognisable short arrow clip to the very top there. As always, these lovely, a lovely grey clear jewel. Let's show you the imprint. So to the front of the cap there, you can see we've got Parker, and then if I turn it round slightly, I'm hoping this is clear to you, you can see it's got 51, the number 51, which actually is repeated on the other side there. So we've got a 51 again etched onto the cap, and then to the back, let's keep it nice and still, you see it's got the Parker Halo sort of logo to the top, and then it indicates to us that it's a 1 in 10 12 carat rolled gold cap, and it's made in England. So first of all, the first confusion is the fact that it has the number 51 written on the cap, which I thought was introduced, I don't know, maybe sort of, you know, the early 1950s. I know that this short arrow clip, they actually introduced around about 1951. So again, dating the pen, I'm dating it sort of 1950s. But just coming back to the number 51s there, not all the Parker caps had this number 51 etched on the cap. So again, is it a Mark II or a Mark III? The size of the pen, from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, 138mm capped. Around the barrel, it's a nice chunky 12mm in diameter. Now, the nice thing about this pen, and I'm going to keep it still again for you, I'm hoping you can actually see there, it still has the remnants of the chalk mark. Okay, so as you can see, it says Parker and then 51, and I think the 50, sorry, the 5 is still visible, but I think the 1 is sort of maybe a bit rubbed off. But the nice thing about it is we found it with the original chalk marks. So the beautiful thing about this pen, in my opinion, it's never been inked, in lovely as new condition, even to the extent that if we feel, as you can see, the cap itself has this sort of 5-line pattern that sort of tapers up towards the top of the clip. That is still nice and pronounced to the touch. So in superb, and in my opinion, never been used. It's just as if it's come out of the shop. Now, let's take the cap off. As we all know, on the 51s, it's a push-on, push-off cap. Now, again, is it a Mark II or a Mark III? One of the difference being on these pens is inside here, we have a clutch, which in effect sits over the clutch ring there. Now, the earlier clutches were if you like, a round, well, what I'm actually going to do, just to the right of me here, I've got another 51, and just for you people that like to see these pens, I don't know how clear it is, but this is my beloved Parker 51 in plum. Yes, the lovely plum colour. Let's take the cap off first of all, and all I want to show you, if I can, is the clutch inside the cap. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shine the light, and I don't know how clear or if you can see it, but inside the earlier versions had this sort of, if you like, a clutch ring, which, as it says, went all round the cap. Let's try and give you different angles. I don't know, I'm looking over the camera, I'm hoping that's clear for you. You can see the clutch in there. So that's the earlier type clutch. Now on this pen that we've found, again, is it a Mark II, Mark III? Parker later on the Mark III, the clutch was actually changed to what they term as a sort of 5-fingered clutch. Now if I shine the torch inside, and again, we don't know if you can see that, but it has a different clutch inside the cap. And as I say, in this case, the later version had this 5-fingered clutch inside the cap. So I don't know if that was clear for you, but again, that's one of the confusing attributes towards this pen, whether it's a Mark II. Excuse me. I personally believe it's a Mark II, a standard Parker, but what they've done is maybe used parts that they've had left in the factory, whatever, so it's got the sort of later clutch inside the pen. As with all Parker 51s like this, what we do, we simply unscrew the barrel, and again, another difference being, well, first of all, what I want to do, let me show you the sack. Hopefully you can see there, the sack is lovely and clear. So again, there's no indication that the pen has actually been used. As you can see, nice and clear as it was when it left the factory. Now, coming to this particular section here, this is what they term as the Aerometric sack protector. Let me bring on my plum pen. Let's show you what the earlier ones, as you can see there, as you can see, also nice and clear. The earlier sack protector had this black knob to the end of the sack protector. So this is what they term as the sort of standard Aerometric filler. So if we pop that to one side and then bring on the teal blue one, you can see the difference. One other thing is these were actually aluminium, and then they brought out these chrome sack protectors afterwards. So you can see the difference in the filler there. So the earlier fillers had the little knob. This one hasn't got it. It's got maybe what I term as a Mark III filler to the pen. So let's pop the cap back on. So as you can see, there's numerous sort of things that I'm not quite sure of. Another thing about the Parker 51 Mark III, that actually had a flat end to the barrel. As you can see, this hasn't. It's got the standard Parker barrel with the rounded end there. So again, maybe a little bit confusing. Now, I know some of you people at this point will be saying, well, you know, the date may be on the clip, sorry, on the nib. Now, because the pen came to me like this, as you can see, it's lovely and clean. In my opinion, never been inked. So I've not disassembled it because I don't believe it needs it. So we can't, well, we've not seen the nib. We don't know whether that is dated or not. So either way, I'm dating it sort of 1950s. I may be incorrect, so anybody knows anything different, then please don't hesitate, leave a comment below. Also, I know some of you people will be shouting now, Steph, come on, get it inked, let's see some writing. Now, unfortunately, the pen, again, has never been inked in my opinion. It's got a lovely clean sack. It still has the remnants of the chalk mark there, as we showed you early. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to ink the pen. I'm going to leave that pleasure to the new owner. But apart from that, I just thought I'd like to show you the pen. A little bit confusing because there's different traits, if you like, that, you know, don't, well, not, I was going to say not quite right. Of course they're right in connection with the Parker 51s, but in all intents and purposes, I'm saying this is a Parker Mark II, the standard Parker. Again, slightly different clutch with a later clutch. It's got the shorter arrow clip, as we mentioned. It still has the grey jewel there. The later ones had a metal jewel. But all in all, a beautiful pen. As you can see, in lovely condition. Still has the original chalk marks. So I'm afraid I'm not going to ink it. Again, I'm going to leave that to the new owners. Some people prefer to have their pens on display, some prefer to use them. But I just thought I'd show you this pen. It's a lovely pen. I've shown you lots of other Parker 51s. If you're interested in them, go and have a look at the videos. But for now, don't forget, don't be shy, leave a comment below. Have you subscribed? No? Then subscribe now, please. But for now, I'm just going to say bye-bye for now.